again, everyone. Brian Johnson for Viking 360. I'm very pleased to be with you. This is a special edition of Viking 360, as you can see, because you are watching me now and not only listening to me, but this is an episode of firsts. It is our first episode since the passing of Mike Rubin, as we do our very best to carry on what Rube started and was very passionate about. And it is also our very first time doing it live video streaming of this podcast. So we're very excited about that. And we have a lot to talk about tonight. It has been a historic season for Lady Viking basketball. John Kennedy's crew has been fantastic throughout the season. They have really brought a lot of school spirit to Ripley High School. And this is a great group of young ladies that you guys are going to get to meet here very shortly. We're very excited to bring you one-on-one interviews with all 5 starters and also a sit-down with Lady Viking head coach John Kennedy at the very end. So we thank all of our sponsors who made this possible. Obviously wouldn't have been able to make this happen without the various sponsorships to help Mountaintop Media get this out and going. So without any further ado, let's get going. All right, welcome inside Viking 360. Joined now by some of the key members of the Lady Viking basketball team, junior Morgan Shanklin. Morgan, thanks for being with me.
Thank you for having me.
And you're doing exactly what my first question is, smiling. You lead this team in smiles. You're always smiling. You look like you're having a lot of fun when you play basketball.
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
Is that a fair question?
Yeah.
You're known as someone who does maybe a lot of the work that doesn't exactly get in the box score, but you help us win a lot of basketball games. Talk about plays and knowing your role in this team and how you love being that key part of the team that helps us win.
Well, I know I don't need to shoot. I'd rather see someone else do it, and that's fine. I'd rather see Sophie do it. Yeah. And I enjoy seeing everyone else do it.
But you've been doing it a lot the last couple of games.
Yeah.
Right? I think you've been in double figures the last 2 games, right?
Maybe.
I believe so. If you do that, we're very tough to beat, right?
Yeah. Does
Coach Kennedy get mad when you shoot?
I ignore him.
Okay, so let's talk about you a little bit personally. Okay? I'm going to ask you some personal questions.
Okay.
Who's your celebrity crush?
Paul Wesley.
Okay, you got me on that one. I don't know who that is. Favorite food?
Chicken nuggets.
Any chicken nuggets from any particular restaurant?
Any.
Favorite color?
Purple.
Any game day rituals that you have to do every game?
I prefer Aaron to braid my hair.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Morgan, thanks for the time. Best of luck.
Thank you
in
for having me.
Tournament and continued success.
Thank you.
Special thanks to sponsor LV Travel Co. Unlike online booking sites, LV Travel Co.'s years of experience and working relationships with top destination suppliers allow them to give their clients the VIP treatment and the detailed attention that small businesses are known for. LV Travel Co. is co-owned by Tori Johnson, a graduate of Ripley High School. All right, we're joined now by junior Aaron Ryan. Aaron, thanks for being with me.
Thank you for having me.
So let's talk about your game. Very well-rounded player. You do what Coach John Kennedy wants you to do on a nightly basis, whether it be score, whether it be play defense. Sometimes it's even both. You've kind of been an X factor in a lot of ways for this team.
Some people do say that.
How much? What's your favorite thing to do? You like score? You like to play defense? Because you seem like someone who really gets a lot of energy out of playing defense, someone who loves to be out there and try to shut down the best offensive player on the other team.
I mean, I love playing defense, but I really love, assists. That's, one of my favorite things to do.
So, deep breath for you. You got hurt a couple of weeks ago. There was some concern whether you would be able to play right now. What has that been like for dealing with that? Because you were playing some really good basketball. The team was playing really well. You got hurt. Kind of worried about how that would upend things, but...
It just changes things a little bit. Just, I just usually take painkillers before and hope like it goes away.
Does it make you cherish being able to know that you're going to get a play? Because I'm sure you were worried about that.
Yeah, it just feels different not being on the court with the rest of them.
So personally, let's talk about you and Isaiah, maybe the Ripley High basketball power couple, maybe we'll call it that. If we rolled the basketball out and you're playing one-on-one, who wins?
Me.
Hopefully we'll get his rebuttal to that next week. But let's talk about favorite food.
Probably pineapple.
Pineapple. Favorite class.
My art class.
Favorite artist, music-wise.
I like Cage the Elephant.
Game day ritual.
It's never the same.
Nothing. Everything's different.
Braiding Morgan's hair.
Aaron, thanks for the time. Best of luck this week.
Thank you.
More sponsors. We had several of them making this edition possible. Steve Westfall, State Farm Agency here in Ripley, along with some personal donations by Jeff and Edwina Waybright, and the greatest mayor of the best small town in the United States, Mayor Carolyn Rader. All right, joined now by Junior Abby Eastman. Abby, thanks for being with me.
Thank you for having me.
Did you bring everyone coffee?
No, I did not.
Jeez, I thought we were getting free coffee out of this deal. Not happening? Okay, let's talk about basketball.
Okay.
Tell me about your favorite part of being a Viking. You just got here a year ago. You fit in very well. Tell me what it's been like for you coming to Ripley.
It's been really good so far. I really like the mentality. The mentality is a lot different. I like the way the girls push as a team and as a family, and that's how we play.
We got off to a great start. I think we were 7-0 to start the season. You got injured over at Ravenswood. Talk about dealing with that. How tough was that for you to deal with? Pretty bad ankle sprain. Came back fairly quickly.
That was tough. I felt like I was letting the girls down, but they were there for me. And so I pushed it a little bit to be back. I had Coach wrap it real tight. I took some medicine, but I got back faster.
Now, you seem like maybe the quietest one on this team. Is that a fair statement? If you're not the quietest person on the team, who would be?
I don't even know.
I have no clue. You don't know how to answer that.
No, that's a hard one to answer.
But I bet you know how to answer this. Celebrity crush.
Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds, okay, fair. At least I know him. I didn't know the last one. Favorite food?
Probably strawberries.
Favorite coffee? Do you drink coffee?
Yeah, but not a lot.
Okay. What's your favorite coffee?
I don't know. It depends on my mood. Sometimes I like it sweet, and sometimes I can drink it black. So it really just depends.
Favorite teammate?
I'm not doing that.
Tough
I like them all.
All right. And game day rituals?
If I'm being completely honest.
And I want you to be.
I never wash my hair for a full day. For a full day before a game. I don't wash my hair. It always goes a day without washing it.
All right, Abby. Thank you so much for the time. Best of luck this week.
Thank you so much.
Three more sponsors who made this special edition of Viking 360 possible. Blue Line Security, the agency with Brandi, Randolph, and Fonda Moore, and the Jeweler's Touch. All right, joined now by Junior Sophie Nichols. Sophie, thanks for being with me.
Thanks for having me.
I remember seeing you a lot this past summer, very early in the morning, working out, getting up shots, getting in the lifting. How has that paid off for you?
Yeah, well, I knew from the start, before season, that I had to be a big contributing factor. So getting up shots in the morning and lifting in the mornings and my dad being by my side pushing me the whole time has really helped me and paid off in the end.
Tell me about that dynamic with your dad. I know you guys are close, spend a lot of time together. You've been working with Jeff Waybright too a little bit, but talk about your dad being involved.
Yeah, well, everyone always sees the pretty picture and stuff, and we definitely get along very well. There's no one that knows my game more than him, and even though he's always there to help me and stuff and get me better, but there's also times when we come in after a workout and there's slamming doors and mom's asking what's wrong and I'm crying and dad's mad and stuff, but then the next morning I always have a ball and be ready to go the next morning.
So tell me what it's like playing on this team. You guys really seem to fit together well. You seem to get along well off the court. Mac does what she does. Erin does what she does. Morgan. I mean, you guys just fit together like a glove. And that's helped your game a lot.
Yeah, we're always hanging out off the court together. If you see Erin, you see Morgan. If you always see all of us together. Yeah, it really helps when you have good chemistry on the court, because when someone else makes a good pass or something, you always see everyone pointing at each other. So you know that we all work good together on the court and off the court.
All right, enough of that serious stuff. Who's your celebrity crush?
Probably Eric Taylor.
Okay, I'm 1 for 3 on the celebrity crushes. So, favorite food?
Mom's spaghetti.
Favorite color?
Blue.
Good. That's the first blue we got out of this. All right, and your game day ritual, if you have one, and hopefully you wash your hair.
Yeah, yeah, I do wash my hair, but probably Bailey Keeler braiding my hair every third period.
Sophie, thanks a lot. Best of luck this week.
Thank you.
And 3 more of our sponsors who made this edition of Viking 360 possible. We thank Nichols Enterprises, Hall's Tires, and Collision Specialists. All right, we're joined now by the lone senior on the Lady Viking team, McKinnon Hall. Feel like you've been at Ripley High School for a decade. Feel like I need to call you Dr. Hall. You've been here for so long. But you got a big smile on your face, Mac. And what a season you've had. And what a culmination of that this week as you're going to go play in the state tournament.
Oh, yeah. We're all getting built up to the state tournament, and I'm just so excited. And I'm so thankful for all of our fans and our community and just everyone doing this and being together and just bringing us all in as a team for one last ride for me. And I'm just super excited, and I can't wait to go play on that court.
You probably lead Ripley High School basketball in the stat 50-50 balls. You're on the floor as much as any player I've ever covered doing this, and it seems like you feed off of that energy. The more you can mix it up defensively or offensively when you're getting 50-50 balls or getting on the floor, you seem to feed off of that, and your motor gets going, you play even better.
Yeah, I really do. Whenever I see a ball on the floor, I just know that it's mine. Like, no one else can have it. It's mine. Like, I have to get it. And that has helped me. Like, I got that way because my brothers, we'd always play whenever I was younger, and obviously they were way bigger and stronger than me, and I would just always want to beat them so bad. So, like, I just have that grit out there on the court all the time with me.
Now, you got 1,000 points this year for your career. Talk about what a moment that was, and you also got to share it with Sophie as well, who got 1,000 points, and you've assisted on several of her baskets that got to 1,000 points, so you've been a big instrumental part of both of those.
Yeah, it was truly amazing because I've had like 3 certain goals ever since I was little playing basketball, and I've just, again, 1,000 points was one of them, and just getting it this year on my senior night was truly amazing, and I couldn't have asked for it any better. And also sharing that with Sophie was so amazing because her coming into Ripley really helped our team.
When you look back at this a year from now or 2 years from now, what are you going to miss most about being a Ripley Viking?
The team, the fans, the community, just everything. We're so close, we're so tight, and there's never really been any drama with us, and we just all like flow so good together. I'm just going to miss it all.
Okay, who's your celebrity crush?
Garrett Rhodes.
I love it. I knew you were going to say that. Favorite food?
Either steak or pasta.
Favorite color?
I'm basic. Blue.
Game day rituals.
All right, so Abby, Jilly, Cam, and I, we always go to Cause, and I get chicken and cheese, the kids' meal, that's it. And then we come back, we get dressed, and I always have to get my inhaler, my gum, and my towel to Scotty, and then I'm ready to play.
I love it. Best of luck. Let's hoist that state championship trophy at the end of the week.
Thank you so much.
So 3 more sponsors who made this edition of Viking 360 possible. Johnson Insurance, The Grind, and Waybright Funeral Home. All right, we're joined now by the boss man, Lady Viking basketball, John Kennedy. John, thanks for being with me, man.
I appreciate it, man.
Pretty special time for you, isn't it?
Absolutely, it is. With everything that has went on this season, to be sitting here with you and all the guys from Mountaintop Media doing this for the program, for the girls, for the memories, for the community, you just have to soak it in, and it's just extremely special to be sitting where I'm at right now when it was a few years ago. We're not going to go how far back.
We'll get to that.
Yeah.
We'll get to that.
Extremely special.
Coach, talk about this team. You really feel like being around you and being around the Lady Vikings, you've embraced this moment. You've embraced this entire run. You've had your ups and downs this year. 7-game winning streak, 3-game losing streak, 3-game win streak, 4-game win streak, injuries. Abby got hurt. Aaron got hurt. But you guys never blinked. You just kept fighting and you kept battling. And I think, to me, that's what really stands out the most to me about this team, is it just resilient.
Yeah. These girls, one thing that I'll say about all of them is they are a group of competitors. They have that will to win. And, we faced some adversity when we, lost Abby and we lost Aaron there. And, a loss is never fun. And every one of them, it stings. And, people in the community, they kind of tuck their head and, but the girls kept believing in me and Coach Allum and what we were saying to them as far as staying together. When we lost Abby and went down there and played at Wayne, like Coach Allum and I had game plan going in there. We're going to play a lot of zone and try to get out on the perimeter shooters, and they just shot lights out. And I know our fans weren't happy. I wasn't happy, but at the same time, the girls still kept believing in the goal that we set from day one, and that was to be playing in the state tournament, and here we are.
I know you're a competitor, and I know your girls are very competitive. You guys just aren't happy with being here, so to speak. You want to hoist that trophy Saturday night, and it's right in front of you.
Yeah. Some people, they look at that 9:00 game like, oh man, you got the 9:00 game. I don't care if we play at 9:30 in the morning. I don't care if we play at 1:30 in the afternoon, 5:30, 9:00. It doesn't matter. We're going to go in focused, locked into our defensive game plan. I'm very confident in our girls. We've got a couple more days here to go to get really locked in on Lewis County. And, we just didn't have a very good second half against them. Went into halftime with a 12-point lead. And our girls are still hungry. They want a little bit of redemption there Thursday night. And then, we're going to take it one game at a time. But Coach Allum and I will be prepared for anybody we face. And, these girls can beat anybody in the state.
The shots weren't falling at Lewis County. I think you were 1 of 14 from behind the arc. Not a typical game for you guys. How do you battle playing in a bigger arena where the shot background's a little bit deeper and everything looks a little different? How do you keep your girls focused on, you watch Hoosiers. I think you had that day there the other day where you're measuring the rim. It's still 10 feet. The floor is the same size. How do you keep your girls believing in that and just stay the course?
Well, I think our girls know that, I'm going to network amongst coaches. And whether it's a coach that we have a common opponent with or even in the college ranks. And I've reached out to a ton of them. And one of them was Coach Price over at Ravenswood. And, the girls, I've told them over and over again, when we start out, we've got to limit ourselves from behind the arc and we've got to attack the rim. And we're going to call a bunch of early sets to where we're going to be at the rim finishing and taking some mid-range shots, and I just told the girls, just believe in the game plan and let's get to the rim early and often. And then once we get in the flow of the game, then things are going to start clicking for us from behind the perimeter.
How do you manage those emotions, Coach, when you do play so late, to not burn so much energy early in the day, keep them off their feet, whatever it is that keeps them from burning a ton of energy, because the nerves will be there. You'll be dealing with all of that internal stuff that makes you outwardly tired.
These girls just have to understand that they've got to manage distractions, and there's going to be a ton of them. Coming up on Thursday, we're going to have a walkthrough and shoot around at school, which is out of the ordinary, with an exception that we always do this before a game, when we have the opportunity to get one in there. And then we're going to take off after our walkthrough. We've got some local businesses that are going to feed the girls their breakfast or lunch, whatever, before school. And, I get it. It's going to be a bunch of distractions, but these girls, they need to enjoy it. Absolutely. Every second of it, they need to enjoy it, embrace it. But when we get down to Charleston, it's time to go in that locker room. It's time to put your game face on.
Talk about that support, Coach. This is our first edition of Viking 360 since we lost Rube. We know what this program means to Rube. You name the sport, girls basketball, wrestling, softball, whatever the case may be. You can feel his presence in this run. I know you're smiling because you're feeling much like I am. But this community so embraces Ripley High School and embraces these opportunities, what these ladies have in front of them in a few short hours. It's pretty special.
It is. It's amazing. And we all know Rube, he's looking down, smiling from ear to ear, loving it.
Yep.
And, we're going to, after his passing, we got team shirts for the boys and girls to honor him every game. And when we take the floor at Civic Center, he's still going to be in our hearts, and we're still going to play for Rube, and do it Rube's way. And he's just a special, special man, and all the memories that I have with him, and I worked my tail off, just so I could be called out by that man when I got to high school. That's how special he was to me, and to hear your name being called by him in the starting lineup was just unforgettable.
Pretty special
moment for me.
So let's go back. 18-year-old John Kennedy standing in the tunnel in 1996, getting ready to take the floor. I'm going to make you cry. All right. And it's okay. Special moment for you. You had some special teammates. You've lost a teammate that was on that team. Coach, you're going back down there as a coach, and you're leading a pretty special group of ladies out on that floor here before you know it. Where are you going to be emotionally from being 18 years old, being out there competing, to leading a special group of young ladies?
I will definitely have my moment with them. I'm just so proud of them. I can't wait for those girls to be in that locker room and to see that clock. And it's the same one out there on the Civic Center.
Yeah.
And it's ticking down. And I've told them for years and years and years, just wait until you're in that tunnel to take the floor.
Yeah.
And all the guys that I played with, Dennis Fisher, Russell Vaness, Justin Landis, Jimmy Knight. God, I miss that guy. Right on down the line, Nathan Skeens, Michael Stevenson, just on, Thompson brothers, and you've got Benji and Wayne Haynes. I mean, just on and on and on. Like, these girls have it's starting to sink in a little to them. But when they're sitting in that tunnel, then that's when a lot of emotions are going to come out. And it'll probably come out on me as well. But I can assure them and everybody in Viking Nation that our girls are going to be prepared extremely well and ready to go get this win.
Hopefully you'll have the sweat towel over the shoulder. You can wipe the tears away.
Yeah, I've already got it washed and packed, ready to go, and I'll bring it out. And I was talking to Dad there the other day, and he's telling me, like, you've got to stay positive. And I was talking to a former player of his, and he said, what in the world is he feeding you? He said, you're just like you. But, these girls are awesome. Every one of them are, and they've got a special place in my heart and my family, with my wife and my daughters. That they've given me a lifetime of memories, and so proud of them, each and every one of them individually. That they're bringing this opportunity to Ripley High School in our community. And then everybody just embrace it and love it.
Coach, enjoy it. Best of luck to you. Rube and I are super proud of you guys. The whole town of Ripley's proud of you. And we hope you can bring that trophy home Saturday night. But regardless, we're proud of you and enjoy the moment. I appreciate it, Brian. And that's a plan going into it. We're not satisfied with just being there. Let's go win the whole thing. That's a wrap for episode 145 of Viking 360. Thank you so much for being a part of what we were doing here in this special edition. Thank you to Mountaintop Media for making it happen. Thank you to John Kennedy and the Lady Vikings for being here. And a special thanks to all of our sponsors who made it all possible. Until next time, thanks so much.